Biography recount text. What is recount text? Recount text is a type of text in English that is restated about events or experiences in the past. There's a kind of recount text. First, personal recount is retelling of an activity that the writer/speaker has been personally involved in, such as biography, autobiography. Second, factual recount is recording the particular of an accident, such as report of a scientific experiment, police report, news report, historical account. Third, imaginative recount is talking on an imaginary role and giving detail of events. Language features on recount text is simple. A biographical recount uses specific names of the people involved in the biography. For example, B.J. Habibi. It is mainly written in simple past tense. The final paragraph could also include the present tense. For example, Habibi was born on June 25, 1936. Habibi has spent more time in Germany than in Indonesia. Use action verb, express physical or mental action. For example, met, moved, returned, developed. Use time connectives. For example, then, later, before, next, in 1962, 2 years later. The structure of recount text is orientation, series of events, reorientation. Orientation is given the reader the background information of why this person is important and should have a biography written about he/she. The opening paragraph usually contain information of who, what, where, when, and how. Series of events presents a series of events, usually told in chronological order. And reorientation tells about the achievement and the person's contribution. There's an example for recount text is story about B.J. Habibi. Bakaruddin Yusuf Habibi, known as B.J. Habibi, was born on June 25, 1936. He was the third president of the Republic of Indonesia, 1998 to 1999. Habibi was born in Perper, South Sulawesi Province, to Alwi Abdul Jalil Habibi and Aretudi Marini Paspowerdojo. His father was an agriculturist from Gorontalo of Bugis descent and his mother was a Javanese noblewoman from Yogyakarta. His parents met while studying in Bogor. When he was 14 years old, Habibi's father died. Following his father's death, Habibi continued his studies in Jakarta and then in 1955 moved to Germany. In 1960, Habibi received a degree in engineering in Germany, giving him the title Diplom Ingenieur. He remained in Germany as a research assistant under Hans Ebner at the Lehrstuhl und Institut für Leichtbau, RWTH Aachen, to conduct research for his doctoral degree. In 1962, Habibi returned to Indonesia for 3 months on sick leave. During this time, he was reacquainted with Hasri Ainan, the daughter of R. Muhammad Basari. The two married on May 12, 1962, returning to Germany shortly afterwards. Habibi and his wife settled in Aachen for a short period before moving to Oberforstbach. In May 1963, they had their first son, Ilham Akbar Habibi, and later another son, Tharik Kamal Habibi. When Habibi's minimum wage salary forced him into part-time work, he found employment with the automotive Mark Talbot, where he became an advisor. Habibi worked on 2 projects, which received funding from Deutsche Bundesbahn. Due to his work with Makosh, the head of train constructions offered his position to Habibi upon his retirement 3 years later, but Habibi refused. Habibi did accept a position with Messerschmitt Bockblom in Hamburg. There, he developed theories on thermodynamics, construction, and aerodynamics known as the Habibi factor, Habibi theorem, and Habibi method, respectively. He worked for Messerschmitt on the development of the Airbus A300B aircraft. In 1974, he was promoted to vice president of the company. In 1974, Suharto requested Habibie to return to Indonesia as part of Suharto's drive to develop the country. Habibie initially served as a Sutowo, the CEO of the state oil company Pertamina. 2 years later, in 1976, Special Assistant to Habibie was made Chief Executive Officer of the new state-owned enterprise Ibnu Industri Pesawat Terbang Nusantara, IPTN. In 1978, he was appointed as Minister of Research and Technology. Habibie was elected Vice President in March 1998. On May 21, 1998, Suharto publicly announced his resignation and Habibie was immediately sworn in as president. Habibie's government stabilized the economy in the face of the Asian financial crisis and the chaos of the last few months of Suharto's presidency. Since relinquishing the presidency, Habibie has spent more time in Germany than in Indonesia. However, he has also been active as a presidential advisor during Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono's presidency. In September 2006, he released a book called Detik-Detik yang Menentukan, Jalan Panjang Indonesia Menuju Demokrasi, Decisive Moments, Indonesia's Long Road Towards Democracy. The book recalled the events of May 1998.